in session to order, and we'll pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Is Heidi coming? She'll be late. Commissioner Hipsburg will probably not be here to review. She'll be here for the commission meeting.
Okay, Commissioner Suka is going to try to make the meeting he's judging. Jerry, you got the invocation. You want to write that down? The invocation, the pledge, and then the singing, and then what's his name? Nick Beasley. Nick Beasley will, he'll tell you the lady's name or the boy's name, whoever's going to sing. You know Nick, right? Yeah. Okay.
Question on the minutes.
Go on.
I just want to know, is it legal? The minutes under roll call just says Commissioner Knopf, it doesn't say Chris. Commissioner Hunter doesn't say Mitch, and City Attorney just says City Attorney, no name. Nobody was there. So are they legal minutes if they don't list? It could be Commissioner, anybody named Hunter. It doesn't say their first name, it just says Commissioner, Mayor.
They're legal, but it might be better if you use the full name.
I just don't know when we switched to that, so I wasn't reading
Right.
that closely on the minutes.
And-
But I figured that was just a no-brainer.
With regards
Commissioner
to,
Mitch, I would be happy to with Commissioner Hunter. If you go to the date and time, then it'll be legally.
And then City Attorney, just a City Attorney, no name.
well, the problem
We don't
with
like-
what Granicus is that when you switch, I guess because when we do the minutes for the workshop versus the minutes for the commission meeting, they have a formatting problem in regards to changing it to when it's Marshall versus
Would you
Tim.
look into that then, have Janet look into it, make sure it says the full name? I think they can correct spelling and stuff, just add the first name to all. Is that all, Mitch?
Yeah, and to fix the City Attorney question, you can just, you select who's going to be on there for your roll call, just leave City Attorney off, and you can insert a line under that before your next paragraph. And the line can just say, also present interim City Attorney.
They're
You can
looking
insert a line
at,
underneath that manually.
it's some formatting issue, and I know I've discussed it with Joyce before, and they're looking into it.
Says it, Lieutenant Colonel retired.
I just wasn't sure if it was legal, so they just said it last night.
King of the world, God only.
Well, it would run into, if you'd run into a problem, let's say Diane Smith was here. Smith is such a common name, or if you got a Rodriguez as a commissioner, you could easily wind up with two, or have one in one term, one in
So
another.
I don't need my first name because there's not too many of them.
No.
I don't think you get mixed up like that. Anyway, make Commissioner happy.
I'm just asking.
No, you're fine. Hey, anytime there's a question, it's always best to do it the right way. And if it's an automatic system, then you might put it in the right way. Okay, then we're moving on to scholarship awards. There's quite a few of them here. I'm going to read them. They are not in order unless somebody has put them in order. Somebody put them in order?
They're in order by amount of scholarship.
They're not. And here they are, but not
The actual envelopes.
The actual scholarships are not in that order. I don't guess it'd take too much time for somebody to sit there and,
You have them? Can you put it in this order?
I gave them to, you clerk's got them, right?
Yeah, they're downstairs already, but I'll
Yeah.
look at
So
them.
we go 1,000, 15, 2,000, 25, 3,000. And if you guys want to add that all, it comes up to $30,000 all
1,
told.
2, 3, 4.
But,
Only 6 that are other than
But
1,000.
they're mixed up. As I was signing them, I remembered seeing that they're all out of whack. So somebody can line those up.
Yeah.
Quarterly reports are all written reports tonight. There's no verbal reports, so we should run through that quick. Any special committee reports, commissioner reports? Anybody got anything? No? Okay, we'll move on. Public
Mark
water.
Heidi down, so she's with us.
Public forum. Is anything or nothing? Then we're going right into our sign ordinance. I guess we've all looked at that until we're tired of it.
Got another one, and I'll mention it downstairs.
Another what?
Another input from sign ordinance.
Something that's missing?
I'll mention it downstairs too, so we can.
Okay,
mention
no
it.
problem, no problem.
18-inch, they're saying the standard sign on the day of, before the election is 18 inches by 24 inches, 18 inches.
Right.
And it's 24 by 24 at a minimum. I like 24 by 32, but when you look in the yard, they're square, are they not square? 18 inches is only this tall. I'm looking
They're
at
not
it.
square,
square.
they're not square.
Okay.
Mitch, they're not.
The only one that had a square one in the last election I remember was Kelly.
They are 18 by
And he
24,
turned
but
it as a
that's
diamond.
not my problem.
And they turned it a diamond, huh?
That's not the problem.
No, but I'm just saying, you gotta have a minimum, not a maximum.
It's,
But they're not square. I bought them for the last 20
maybe I
years.
missed that word. Maybe it says.
But they're not, I mean, you
It
can have them
says-
ordered any way you want, but if you buy standard campaign yard signs, they are rectangular.
Signs of no more than 24 by 18 inches. So if you order anything else, you can't use them in this, according to this ordinance on that day of the election. Signs of no more than 24 by 18 inches on the day of an election. Not no
I
more.
don't think they're bigger than that.
Well, some
Why
people
are we
will.
big?
I had a bigger one, I had a 4-foot by 4-foot one.
Yeah,
Well,
4 foot
yeah, I
by
had
4
some of
foot
those
is
too.
standard.
But,
And mine were 24 by 32.
They have
Okay,
stop
some are
signs
24 by
on
32.
them.
all right, we can debate this downstairs, but let's, if you want. But here's the thing. Read the entire sentence, because I think you're reading it no more, no larger than that.
No, signs of no more than 24 by 18 inches on the day of an election, not to include early voting, because we're a non-commercial public event of a limited specified time frame.
But this refers
Not
to,
including early voting and that. So,
but this also,
It's 10E.
but this is in regards to signs that are in the right of way.
And shall be removed by the city unless one of the following four scenarios
we're
is
not allowed
present.
to put them in the right.
Yes, you're right, that's what they're saying, that you can, the day of the election. That's an exemption, on the day of the election, you could put them in the right of way, like most people do out near the road, you can put them in the right of way, but they can
Just
only
the
be
day of the election.
24 by 18, just the day of the election.
By voting place.
We're limiting it, and they're gonna make people that don't order 25 by 18s go out and order 24 by 18.
What?
Or they can put them elsewhere on private property.
I agree with you. I don't mind changing to a standard sign. I don't want to
A
make
square
a
footage,
difference.
5 by.
I don't think they should put them in the right of
And
way.
I'm sure code enforcement is gonna be real diligent that day, running around measuring signs for 24 hours. That'll be a real effective use of
We'll
our
be
manpower.
wrestling because we'll pick them all up the next
Bring
day.
it.
However, if you don't like a candidate, it can happen.
We have standard, we've got some campaign signs around here, down the clerk's office somewhere, because we use them for our signs too. Somebody just needs to measure the dang thing. There's campaign signs around the city, I know, it's a standard size. Well, we'll find out, Mitch, before the meeting.
And there were a number of other questions in regards to the setback requirements of the sign. I know that's been discussed with T and Z, going back and forth.
By what, and what I was curious with was before, when I asked about the 5 foot to the 10 foot, because the DBA originally had said they wanted it 5 foot, and you said it went, I believe, to P and Z, and P and
That's
Z
right, it went
said
to the
that.
planning and zoning board and they moved it back to 10 feet.
Now, what was their reasoning for moving it back to 10 feet?
Because it matched the front yard setback line for the building setback line that's in the code.
According to the regular code, not the,
The way
okay.
it's on the
Because my question is this, and I was looking at businesses and take Saxon, for instance, and it says in here, it's a 10-foot setback from their property line. So if the city right-of-way is 10 foot back, 20 foot back, and now they're going 10 foot back from that, you're putting signs at their front door.
No.
It says
Well,
from the
keep in
property
mind-
line.
Yeah, the commission can make any recommendation it wants. The LPA is your LPA. I mean, that's your local planning agency. So they rule on land development related issues. If you want to override that, that's your prerogative as a commission.
I mean, do we want signs being right up to people's homes? My concern with this is, one, we have visibility for businesses, and two, if I'm driving down the road and the goal is to keep our eyes on the road, now I am doing a direct turn to see a sign that's 20 feet that way. So to me, it's more of a
But it's
safety
not- but it's
hazard.
not-
Not 20 feet.
It's
It'd be-
Well, it depends on the city setback. If the city setback is 10 foot, I'm gonna say, or if the city set,
You
it's
mean the
5
right
foot.
of way.
Right away, city right away. If the city's right away is 5 foot, 10 foot, whatever it is, the ordinance says it is 10 foot from the property line. Is that
Right,
correct?
inside, be 10 foot in.
10 foot, well, it has to be 10 foot
Let
from
me
the,
just make you, maybe I put you at ease.
No, I agree.
I know what she's saying, and I do too. The point is, something has to be written. It's on unbuilt lines where there's no way in the world, and how many thousands have we put up? No way in the world you're gonna put a sign 10 foot back from the property line on a vacant lot. But they're gonna have signs there. You cannot put one on a vacant lot because once you get that
This is
10
any sign,
foot
right?
It's a developed body.
No, this isn't a vacant lot, this
on,
is
on,
businesses
a, on,
too.
a, on an improved lot that has, like, let's assume they mow it, 10 foot back's not that far.
10 foot back from our right of way. Our
No,
right of way is
from the
already
city's
16
right
feet
of way
back.
there.
Well, you
So
don't
now you
know,
gotta
every
take
street
back.
is different is what I'm getting at.
Right, but look at Saxon, how far back is the city's right of way on Saxon?
I'll tell you, I mean, we don't know where the right of way is, so we go by visual
Yeah, they're
aids.
gonna-
We look
they're
at where the
gonna visual.
sidewalk is, we look at where the telephone poles are, the water boxes, and we call that
Right,
the right of
but-
way.
but-
And you're right.
Normally,
You're
if it
gonna go 10 feet
exceeds the
from that.
telephone.
It is
It's
10
over
foot
10
from the
feet back
right of
from
way,
that.
right?
Yes.
That's set way far in. And my question is this, and I'm not being nasty to the city and I'm not being nasty to the DBA, but I had brought up last time that there's the United States Sign Code that went through a lot of work to say on a 4-lane road, this is the sign size, this is how, where it should be placed for safety standards. I was under the understanding when I gave a copy to Jane and to our city attorney that it was going to be given to the DBA. I was informed today by the DBA that it was not brought up and it was told, let's just get this passed.
It was discussed because we
Not
talked
during the
about,
meeting, it was not.
it was discussed that we had a whole range of things and what do we want to do? And it was discussed that we want to, we have a sign ordinance that was advertised. Could we, and the group said, let's just move forward with what we have. And the attorney made some revisions and could we all live with it?
Okay.
Jane, my husband
What
was at
is
that
the-
meeting and you never brought up the United
To
States
make
Sign Code.
Mr. Bradford comfort level rise, what is the problem with saying it has to be inside your property line?
No.
Why is there a 10-foot setback? What's the reason for that?
Originally, it was 10.
Then it was
Then in the
5,
January
back-
meetings in November of 16 was remanded to the DVA. They requested it be put back to 5. Those changes went back to the P&Z because you were rewriting the code, so by process, it goes back to your P&Z. They said, in one of their comments, we don't want 5, we want 10 feet. We want to put back at 10 feet.
DBA wanted that?
The Planning and Zoning Board.
Planning and zoning, yeah.
But, okay, stop right there.
Yes.
Why?
Why? Give us a reason.
Why?
Because our front yard setbacks were 10 feet. That's why.
That
doesn't make
has
any
nothing
sense.
to do with
Well,
building.
but that's
Okay, we
what
can
was
take,
said.
the commission can
And-
overrule
But
that.
what I would
So you
like,
can overrule that if you'd like. as a
My whole
What
thing
I would
is, my whole
like-
thing is enforcement.
Yeah,
You're not gonna have a code guy
measure.
going out there and measuring. If it's on their property, it's good to go.
I get-
Well, you could put it even 0 lot line. You could put it back a curb. You could put it back a sidewalk.
I would just
You can
eliminate the
choose
restrictions
anything you want to
What
do.
I
on
would
their
love to
property.
see is I would love to have seen the United States sign ordinance, which they went through and they said like on a 4-lane, this is a recommended, and if they may even say 10 foot, I just want it to be looked at because there's a reason. They did a lot of,
I read through that Larry sent out. I read through that, and that's
there's
suggesting.
parts of it are really good. Yeah, we can have it
we can have the
downstairs.
conversation
But what I'm
downstairs,
saying
but
is, if there's a
It
lot
makes
of,
sense, but that's all technical.
well, what
They have
Randall Whit,
mathematical things and terms and
well, no,
curves
and that's only part of it. They actually have it down, you got the methodology as well, but what I gave them was the methodology and the easy version. So alls I'm asking is instead of us coming up with a number, that we come up with a number that is going to make sense and that has some rhyme or reason to it. Something that has,
Why don't we keep
I'm
this?
happy.
Keep it simple
Keep it
and
simple.
say,
They call the
if
number
it's
out
on
too.
your property, you could put a sign up no larger than 18 by 24. Yeah, make it simple, because I've never had a complaint about a yard sign, a campaign sign, or any yard sign. It's their land. If they don't like it, they can go remove it. I would have competitors, or mine would be in somebody else. The neighbor would say, I don't want that sign in my yard. You come. I said, it's your yard. Take it out and throw it away. But I ain't coming and taking it out. You
well, the
know?
reason I think they do this as well is this isn't just for those little yard signs. This is for business signs as well, correct?
Permanent signs. They're
This is
really
also
what
for
you're regulating.
permanent
Permanent
signs.
sign.
So, you know, it's not that I
Makes
don't
sense.
want them to have some coherency to it, I want to also have visibility for businesses, and it's a safety issue for me.
Okay, now, let me ask a question. Well, we should do this downstairs, but the thing is, putting them in the right of way is only for campaign signs. Nobody else, commercial business can't put signs in the right of way.
Correct.
So.
Yeah, we're not talking right away, I
She's
mean,
talking about the permanent signs now.
You're
I'll
talking
bring it up
about permanent
downstairs.
signs, yeah.
Right.
If it's in their property, they should be able to put it wherever they want, right on the line.
Unless
2
permanently
feet from the
instructed
line.
signs, temporary signs, if it's on your property, I got no problem. All right, we'll bring it up downstairs, but let's make it simple, not get mired down. Come up with a solution that you can live with, pros. Small scale land use change there at Normandy and Saxon. Anybody got questions on that? We've been through that. Yeah, that's second reading now. Yeah, I think it is. isn't it?
that's final reading, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Second, final.
And then the next one is requested funds for the STEM program. The new guidelines was to submit for $1,000. This is, I don't see if anybody in the comments you can bring them up downstairs, I guess. City Attorney, you got anything new tonight, sir?
One item I might bring up, Mayor, is the gym floor at West Trial. It's failed or it's failing, I should say, and the warranty's 15 years. We've written them a couple of strong letters, the last one yesterday, or today, actually, and given them until the end of the week to come up with an acceptable alternative, or I was gonna recommend we sue them.
What's it failing? Why
The floor.
I guess it's the laminate has worn out in a portion of the court. I haven't personally seen it.
Yeah.
I guess there've been problems with the flooring, and so they have not been responsive in
That
fixing
has
it.
a coating on it versus a wood slat floor, right?
No, I don't think it's so much a coating, it's some kind of a laminate that they use when they assemble it. And it's, as I understand it, it's warranted for 15 years. Well, we've got about 13 to go and it's starting to fail.
Oh, it's only a couple years old.
Yeah, well, it's, I think it was put in
What's your-
maybe 3 years ago.
Do your magic, you know how to fix it or litigate it, I guess, and we have no choice, but that's, if it's only a couple years old,
Do you have a
it's
list of
only gonna get
public
worse the
comment
longer we wait.
Yeah, exactly, so either they gotta come up with a
Public
fix
comment.
that's acceptable, or I'm gonna recommend that you sue them on the warranty.
Okay,
But they've got another week.
And Mayor, also, I don't know if we're gonna have some comment from the AC contractors, but in case we do, I've got Steve available.
okay, but I'm still waiting for, I mean, I haven't heard back from the county yet. I made that recommendation that they wanted to get back the Building Contractors Association. Have you heard anything from them yet? Okay, I turn it over to the county manager and
Oh,
the county
are you
chair.
talking about the UCC thing?
Yeah, Unified.
Unified Code Council?
They're gonna bring that council back together so we can address all of these complaints we're getting on different inspections, things like that, how we do them. So that's what they asked me to do. I did it. You were there, Jane, weren't you?
Yes,
Yeah, you
yes,
were.
I was.
So I brought it up, so they're gonna revive that under the roundtable elected officials meeting, give status reports and updates, and then anybody can bring specific city problems to that group. That'll be then funneled through the county to that unified code committee to get a recommendation on how to move forward. Whatever. Okay? Do you have anything else, ma'am? Anything?
No.
Okay, we were supposed to be having a visit from, I guess I'll bring it up, she's not here. She may have ran into a problem, but many of you know that we're losing our director at the YMCA, right? And,
But you're coming to the regular meeting.
huh?
But you're coming to the regular meeting.
No, she couldn't make it. She said she was gonna come here first because she had another meeting she had to attend.
At 6:30.
So we have a bouquet of flowers to give her and all that, but, I guess we could take them downstairs if she shows or doesn't show. She might have something come up, but we were gonna do it next month,